Brought to you by Zazzle. Use promo code TechVShow12 and get 12% off any order over $75 from Zazzle.com.
Finnish cell phone company Nokia has announced their latest netbook is going to be coming to the US for $299 on AT&T's network with a 2-year contract. Now, we'd heard previously about the booklet before, to be clear. Now, the last detail we were waiting for was the price and the availability. So now we're hearing it's going to launch next week, the day Windows 7 launches, and it'll, of course, have Windows 7 pre-installed. How does this netbook actually shape up in the grand scheme of things? Let's bring in a couple technology journalists to talk about it. First off, we bring in Iyaz Akhtar from Gadgetell.com. Iyaz, thanks for being with us.
No problem, Randall.
Also, we bring in Clayton Morris from Fox News. Clayton, thanks for being with us as well.
You bet, Randall. Thanks for having me.
It's a funny situation. We've been talking about the booklet off and on since Nokia revealed it, and at first we were saying, why is a cell phone company making a netbook? Now it's a little bit more clear, though, since they're bundling this with Verizon. The unsubsidized price is around $599. The subsidized price is $299, which puts it competitive with most netbooks, but of course you have that 2-year contract you're locked into with AT&T. Iyaz, what's your take on the booklet? I mean, are you excited about it? Are you nervous? I mean, would you actually recommend this to anyone?
I can't see recommending this to anybody. I don't really get the idea, other than the fact that their partnership with Best Buy makes a lot of sense. If you're confused, you end up in a Best Buy, you see a Nokia product that's connected to AT&T, you're like, oh, that must be good. But I mean, if you're tech savvy, you can probably create something like this for less. You could go to Verizon; they have a laptop for $149. It's not as pretty as this, but it just seems like it's too much money, and you're stuck with AT&T's data connection, which is not exactly well, I guess, stocked.
It's not noted, I guess, for most iPhone users.
I couldn't say it in a nice way, sorry.
So, Clayton, what's your take on the booklet? I mean, we've been seeing it off and on at trade shows and whatnot for a few weeks now. I mean, who's this netbook really for?
I think it's for the traveler, but here I am right now in Bluefield, West Virginia, in a bed and breakfast, and I wouldn't be able to use it. No 3G coverage down here. I don't know where you'd have to be traveling on a train between some big cities. But again, here's the thing, and I think it brings up a great point. It's like you walk into a Best Buy at the holidays, and all the buzz that you keep hearing about, all of the commercials about the iPhone. You walk into a Best Buy and you see a Nokia booklet for $299 with 3G coverage with the 2-year contract. You see a 32-gigabyte iPhone 3GS sitting right next to it for $299, both 2-year service contracts. Which one would you buy? I don't know. I'd be hard-pressed to be able to tell someone to pick up the Nokia booklet.
I mean, and when you say it like that, it kind of makes you pause for a second and you think, oh, well, the iPhone's just a phone, it's $299. Maybe you look at this and you say, oh my gosh, this is a fully fledged laptop and it's $299. But realistically, what's inside the booklet is not exactly up to par with other netbooks. Now, Brad Linder, we had him from Lilliputian on last week, and he mentioned to us that the internals of the booklet are actually slower than the vast majority of netbooks out there, which makes this sort of in another class. So, I mean, realistically, the build quality is beautiful, but a lot of people are going to have a hard time with that. I don't know, Iyaz, is this something Iyaz and I do a little morning show that we're working on for TechView. We were talking about previously that this might be best suited for rappers or people who like expensive things. I mean, is that really the target audience here? Is people who have to have the high build quality and still want a netbook?
Well, think of it this way. How often do you update your computers? Like, I hold on to laptops till they're pretty much dead. So even though this is underpowered, you probably will be able to survive the contract period. If you are somebody who just likes to get the latest and greatest and have a laptop that doesn't need to have a little USB dongle or an express card or anything, I mean, it's kind of a cool, compact idea. But again, it's just go get a MiFi. I cannot see the point of this for a lot of people. And like Clayton was saying, I mean, if you're not in between two, your coverage is going to be garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and to jump off of that, I mean, as I points out, it's if you want the latest and greatest, it's not the latest and greatest. I mean, look at the Sony Vaio X series. You actually get 2 gigahertz Atom processor there, but you're going to be spending $1,300. You get 1.6 gigahertz processor in this puppy, this Nokia Booklet 3G. It's slow. I mean, you can pick up a netbook for a heck of a lot cheaper, and again, throw a little air card on it and be good to go. What about the HP?
Yeah.
There's the HP that is
the HP Mini.
Which one is that?
The HP Mini. It's with Verizon, and I'm not. If you do the triple play, they'll say it's free. If it's less than the triple play, it might cost you a little bit more, but it's still not going to be, $300 compared.
Why not give it away?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not give this thing away?
Well, and that's the real thing, though. Nokia's kind of in a sketchy spot now because they did spend the money to over-engineer it and to make it, a quality computer. And I think this is kind of the reason why Apple hasn't really jumped in the netbook game, because when you do over-engineer it and you spend the money, it is pricey, right? And if you, $800 or $600 without a contract, $300 with a contract, it's just hard to, see this as necessarily working. We're going to talk.
There's one positive to this, by the way.
What's
that?
That
there's an actual Nokia subsidized product in the United States market. Maybe it's just the first one. I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah,
so maybe it's just a good contract deal that one day that all those cool phones they have will also be subsidized.
Yeah, go figure. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe someday we'll get an N95 or N97. I guess we're on now. Or N900 is the next one. Maybe we'll see one of those in the U.S. on a subsidy. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there. Iyaz Akhtar from Gadgetell.com. Thanks for being on the show. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
Also, Clayton Morris from Fox News. Thanks for being on the program as well.
Thanks, Randall. Thanks for having me.
I'm Randall Bennett, and don't forget, you can catch us on YouTube, we're on iTunes, we're everywhere. And a special thanks to our sponsor, GoToMeeting. You can get 30 days for free by going to gotomeeting.com/techpodcast to hook you up there. See you later.